What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for a massive video. So we actually have breaking news about Black Ops Cold War Season 1, the integration of Warzone, the ending of Pawn Takes Pawn, and even new details about the game that were just revealed with a new trailer that dropped a couple of hours ago. We even have details on the new prestige system that will be in Black Ops Cold War later on this year. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into all of that, I just want to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by Boost Gaming. Boost Gaming is a brand new website that makes it the most convenient stop to purchase all gaming gift cards and memberships for your favorite games all in one place. Pick from PlayStation, Xbox, or even Nintendo without having to struggle looking for code availability on other websites out there. Boost Gaming is available in both United States and United Kingdom. Click on the link down below in the description or pinned comment to find out more about Boost Gaming. Now back to the video, we'll talk about Pawn Takes Pawn in just a little bit, but to my understanding, the Easter egg hunts with Pawn Takes Pawn are officially over. They may end up utilizing the website later on this year, but that's just speculation. Now what's crazy about today though is that the information that we thought we were going to get from the Pawn Takes Pawn hunt ended up being revealed through an investor's call. I was really unaware that there was an investor call today, or else I would have streamed it, but out of nowhere Charlie Intel started breaking down all of the reports from the phone call, and what do you know, they confirmed that Season 1 of Black Ops Cold War won't be starting until December, which also means the Warzone integration into Black Ops Cold War also won't release until some point in Season 1. So what that means is that the main menu of Black Ops Cold War, you'll still see Warzone, but it'll end up launching the Modern Warfare version of Warzone. And I guess what that means is that Verdansk will just be exactly the same until Season 1. And then when Season 1 starts of Black Ops Cold War, that's when we'll either get a live event or the release of a new map entirely, Rebirth, Alcatraz, whatever that may be. We'll just have to wait and see. And I think that's cool because it gives us time to truly enjoy the other game modes for a solid couple of weeks, right? You get to fully dive into campaign, multiplayer, and zombies before the big Warzone update. So I like how they're spacing things out a little bit. We all assumed that maybe Season 1 would have started with the actual launch of the game, but that's just not the case. So what this means too is that the rumored Season 7 of Modern Warfare could easily fit into this slot. So when Black Ops Cold War does release in, less than 2 weeks, a small Season 7 could begin with minor content updates to Modern Warfare and Warzone, and then that'll of course end when Season 1 begins of Black Ops Cold War. So I like how we're kind of putting everything together now. It's all a bunch of different pieces to a grand puzzle that luckily was clarified a little bit on this investor's call. But now when it comes to some other details that honestly blew my mind, they first off went ahead and said that they do want to use Warzone as a marketing tool for future Call of Duty games, since it is the best way and beats all forms of paid media marketing. This does not mean they're not going to be doing trailers in the future for Call of Duty games, but it just means that they're going to be taking advantage of Warzone in the sense that they can do live events, as we saw for the reveal of Black Ops Cold War, to reveal a new Call of Duty to a greater audience. And to me, as long as they keep that tradition up with some really well put together live events, I don't mind that at all. I think, watching a trailer live with your friends in a party, in-game as well, it's probably the best way to go. I mean, it's definitely adopting what has worked with Fortnite and those live events from that game, so I'm down for that 100%. Hopefully they just continue doing great things like that. They then said that Black Ops Cold War's public testing period, so the alpha and beta, had a lot more players compared to Modern Warfare's beta and alpha, so that's good news for Treyarch overall. Then they went ahead and said that when it comes to the Warzone integration, Black Ops Cold War will still follow Modern Warfare's monetization system with the Battle Pass. And we kind of already knew that, but at least they clarified it one more time. Now they then clarified that weapons you unlock between level 1 to 55 in Black Ops Cold War will be usable in Warzone when that's integrated. You can still use Modern Warfare content in Warzone, and you can pick between Modern Warfare or Black Ops Cold War loadouts in Warzone when integrated as well. But they mentioned level 55, so we could say that's the max rank in the game, but they didn't elaborate what happens beyond level 55. Will there be a prestige mode, or will there be some type of new officer ranking system? All that they said was that the core progression system will work similar to Modern Warfare, but they declined to elaborate what that means beyond Warzone's integration. So don't make any bold assumptions just yet. The prestige mode isn't coming back. What I think is going on here is that they're really trying to evaluate right now how they could bring back a feature like prestige mode, but somehow make that work with Modern Warfare's officer ranking system. For whatever reason, Modern Warfare's officer ranking system has been making them a lot of money. It's definitely improved something about the player base or something about replayability to the point where they don't want to just get rid of that feature overall. all, even if a lot of the vocal minority doesn't like that feature. So I'm sure Treyarch will be creative and figure out a way to merge those systems together, have something where there is a seasonal ranking, but then you're also able to unlock really cool prestige emblems by doing X, Y, and Z or completing challenges. Let's just wait and see how they handle it, but like I said earlier, a blog post explaining how this is going to work will end up releasing before the game drops. Now, the Activision president also confirmed they're looking into Warzone as an important piece to expand the franchise to new regions, including mobile, but no announcements today, of course. And as a good reminder that Charlie Into brought up, there is an Activision job listing suggesting that Warzone for mobile is in development. Now, whether or not that means you'll have crossplay with that too, to where you can play on mobile and also party up with people that are on PS5 or Xbox, that's a good question, but I guess they're looking at how they can make Warzone as similar to Fortnite as possible with crossplay in just about every direction you can think of. So it makes sense. Business-wise, Warzone is probably the best aspect of Call of Duty they've ever come up with. Now, also don't forget, if you go ahead and purchase the Ultimate Edition of Black Ops Cold War, you do get your hands on the Season 1 Battle Pass of Black Ops Cold War, which you'll of course see in December. But they also mentioned something that I didn't really understand, and they said that Black Ops Cold War and Warzone feature set to be announced in a week or two, and I'm pretty sure all this is referring to is a dedicated blog post going over every single thing that'll be included in the new Warzone experience for Black Ops Cold War. I think the way they worded it was a bit odd, you know, feature set, but just think of it this way, a list of features that we'll end up seeing in the new Warzone revamp. Now, we also got word from the GOAT himself, Tom Henderson, that Call of Duty 2021 is a Modern Warfare title, and I know it's funny because Black Ops Cold War hasn't even dropped yet, and there's already information about the next Call of Duty. But Tom went ahead and said that the game takes place in a modern day setting, so Modern Warfare 2 is logically the next step for that series. We also heard quite some time ago that the title of Call of Duty 2021 is Modern Warfare 2, but the 2 is actually the Roman numeral, not the regular number, just to avoid confusing this game with the original Modern Warfare 2 from 2009. But when it comes to Warzone, transitioning into Black Ops Cold War probably means they are going to go out with a bang in Modern Warfare, possibly with a cliffhanger or a live event that won't be followed up on until the actual marketing begins for Call of Duty 2021. And then in the meantime, we'll have the new Warzone for Black Ops Cold War. But the fact that the universes are now connected does make me a little bit more interested in the sequel to Modern Warfare. Hopefully it's much better than the first one, but let's go ahead and wait and see what happens with Modern Warfare. We also got a new trailer for Black Ops Cold War earlier today, right before the Pawn Takes Pawn hunt, and it was a nice look at how the game's going to run on PC. They provided the specs and how big the game's actually going to be, so if you want more information about that, I'll have it linked down below in the description. But in the actual trailer, we got to look at something that I actually just talked about last night in a recent video, and that's how Nuketown is going to work. So according to some information from a Call of Duty partner, Nuketown is going to be a Russian training facility that has aspects of both an American suburb and a little Russian town, and it looks like it's going to be more than the Nuketown that we're used to. So we got a glimpse of that in this trailer, and it doesn't look too similar to Nuketown, but definitely goes on par with what was said in that information I read last night. So hopefully Nuketown plays really well in this game. There's no doubt in my mind that it'll at least be a fast-paced map like we're used to, and hopefully no fundamental changes happen that really upset the community. But we also got to see a glimpse of the FAMAS in action, as well as the China Lake. So if you're a fan of those weapons from Black Ops 1, then you should be excited that they are returning in Black Ops Cold War. Last and definitely not least, we have Pawn Takes Pawn. So Treyarch themselves confirmed there are over 60 achievements you can earn over on Pawn Takes Pawn by playing Zork, and there are a number of new rewards you can unlock by doing something very simple. So if you don't have any of the previous achievements in Pawn Takes Pawn, you can still get some of the following rewards by going to pawntakespawn.com/colorbound and entering the code 1pieces9 and 8 play 1. Once you hit that, an achievement will pop up. Hit claim your reward, and it'll give you codes for rewards in not just Warzone or Black Ops Cold War, but even Call of Duty Mobile. So we have the following skins, which look okay, I guess, not the best looking skins, but we get some charms, some calling cards, cool skins for vehicles, and lastly, the nuclear family, which has become a meme around the Call of Duty community. Treyarch actually reinvented that meme in the form of a calling card, which is hilarious. I'm sure Dalek was really happy about that. But there you have it, the end of Pawn Takes Pawn as we know it. They also dropped a video, which is just William Bowman saying that Perseus is out there, and I was a bit confused as to why they dropped that video, since it really isn't anything even close to new information. It was just kind of confirmation that William Bowman is hunting Perseus down, and hey, he's out there. It's the Cold War. If they would have dropped a video like that before Black Ops Cold War got revealed and we didn't know who Perseus was, I get why that would have made sense, but right now this video dropped and I'm like, okay, question mark? Wasn't really sure why they ended up releasing that, but there you have it. I guess we'll hear more about William Bowman with the release of the game. Hopefully he actually plays a role in the game itself. They also revealed how, what is his name, Bruce Harris survived the big fall at Yemantau through a radio that also got revealed on Pawn Takes Pawn. So yeah, he fell off the cliff and unfortunately was, I think, left in the cold for a number of days before the Russians actually found him and ended up interrogating him. So not sure how Bruce Harris made it out alive, but maybe we'll see more about that when the game actually drops. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about Black Ops Cold War Season 1? What are your thoughts on the ending of Pawn Takes Pawn and the other information we got from the trailer? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.
Oh shit, we fucking won.